Hello, 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 and welcome to What the Faction? I'll be your host, GM Liam with Cardinal Adventures here. The first faction, so by the way, just like the Where in the World series I have on my channel as well, I prefer to do things in alphabetical order, just like Pathfinder, so when uploads on the playlist, it's nice and beautiful and in alphabetical order. Now with these What the Faction videos, I'm gonna be bringing these to you guys once a week. These videos are gonna be much shorter than the full-blown lore videos for like Where in the World, or especially like the gods videos, the oh my gods videos coming soon. So with that, let's get right to it. First in line is the Arclords of Nex. One you may have never heard of. They're not mentioned very heavily in terms of like the famous ones. You hear like the Hell Knights and the Pathfinder Society and the Knights of Last Wall, because everyone likes really ridiculously strong shield builds all of a sudden. So in second edition at least. So with that, we're gonna go ahead and get into it. The Arclords of Nex. That is their symbol, by the way. The region of origin is gonna be in the Impossible Lands. As you can see, highlighted in red is the country of Nex. So that is where they come from. In terms of history, the Arclords of Nex were founded in 576 AR after Archmage Nexus's, that's a fun one, disappearance due to Geb's pending invasion. I'll go back one slide here just so you guys can see that. As you can see just below, or you see I'll use my mouse here. You'll see the manaways here, in between Nex and Geb. So they have fought for a very, very, very long time, since even before AR. And they've, how to put this, Geb eventually got sick of it, so he essentially put like a poison gas cloud over the entire capital of Quantitium, and instead of like having a huge fight back, Nex decided to essentially jump into a demi-plane and just peace out. And so he left his best taught students, which are known as the Arclords of Nex, to defend the land while in his absence. He told them he would return, and as of second edition in 4719, he is still not yet returned. So with that, like I said, they were left with the responsibility of defending the entire country. No pressure, and they did for many millennia. Or I should say, yeah, for 4 millennia. And eventually they just pushed Geb back all the way back past those mana wastes, and Geb is back where it's at now. So it's kind of like, I kind of relate this to like North and South Korea. I should say Korea was once Korea and it split, but what I mean there is, it's kind of like that DMZ with the North and South Korea. They respect each other's power. They know they could break out to a fight any second, but as long as one doesn't start, it's just kind of like neutral. Like they don't really go out of their way to attack one another. So, next we have the current state of the Arclords of Nex, the pictured here in the upper right. This little text down here, I should have made this a little bit clearer. Essentially, the copyright that this picture actually comes from a third party, but they give Paizo the credit because it's obviously the content was developed by Paizo. Artist is third party to another company. But anyway, mumbo jumbo stuff. The current state of the Arclords of Nex, like I said earlier, is they're kind of like I would consider them like a peacetimes operation. So they're still learning. They make sure the city's defended, or make sure the country's defended and all that fun stuff. However, Nex, in its current state, the Arclords of Nex do not only reside in Nex. They have the Council of 3 and the Council of 9, which guide Absalom's next generation of spellcasters via the Arcana Miriam, and serve as ostensibly loyal advisors in courts from Apara to Azir, advising affairs from Molthun's defense against the Whispering Tyrant to the most effective sea routes for opportunistic Shackles pirates. Those who dedicate themselves to the study of Nex's secret journals and hand-scribed original spell books can gain deep insight into the arcane secrets of Galarian and even the great beyond. And these adepts often manifest and focus their knowledge in the form of a unique arcane eye, which you can actually see here, right there. That's why he's removing the little sash he has. You can even gain a skill feat if you get taught by a school of Nex. I don't believe the prerequisite of being from Nex should really be something you have to concern yourself with, because again, the Arclords of Nex are so far spread at this point that I would kind of hand wave, not the membership, but like origin, because some people would argue you should be from Nex if you're officially one. I would say, look, these guys are really powerful wizards. You can sign up at the school, like let's say you were in, I don't know, Katapesh, or not Katapesh, bad example. Let's say you were visiting out, let's say you're playing Agents of Edgewatch, but let's say you're playing Agents of Edgewatch in Absalom. They're gonna have a school of the Arclords of Nex, or they're gonna be present there. So you'd say, hey, I want to join, and they'd say, okay, well, guess what? Step in this portal here. We'll send you over to Nex so you can get your official seal and get your official arcane eye, so that you can start doing your cool scry stuff and have your own built-in Sharingan, or whatever you want to, however you want to kind of write that in. So, next, we have the player's perspective, or for the player's section. Pictured here over is Nethys himself, the deity of magic, the god of magic itself. So, Nex followers would also, a lot of Nex practitioners would also be very reasonable to believe that they would be followers or revere Nethys, because Nethys would, if your GM uses boons, this would be your guy to give you boons if you were to follow him and follow his edicts and avoid his anathemas, obviously. So you can even, like, you don't have to be a wizard to really appreciate the Arclord of Nex. You could straight up be a cleric of Nethys, or you could be a wizard who multi-classes into a cleric of Nethys. All sorts of things. So those are some options there. And last but not least, for the game master, I would definitely recommend utilizing this faction whenever you have an arcane caster in your group, whether they're a witch, they're a wizard, they're a sorcerer, they're a I guess future summoner or a magus coming soon. If this is something that might interest them, obviously I kind of get with your players on this, but if it was like, oh wow, well maybe you want to learn, have a higher understanding of magic, and like that's something that interests you, have agents of the Arclords of Nex, or whether they're low end or high ranking, or however you want to bring that in there, have them be the people in town, whenever they're going to a new settlement or something of the sort. Have them be the teacher, the mage teachers there, or the wizard instructors, or the hey guy, I want to go buy the formula for the fireball spell because I hit level 5 and I want to do fireball. So have these guys, have Arclords of Nex, make them an Arclord of Nex. Maybe they're lower level, or they're maybe the 8th or 9th level, and you say, hey, yeah, oh, by the way, you also see this really interesting seal. Looks like a pyramid it looks like a purple pyramid with a teal colored eye. Kind of reminds me of the Illuminati symbol, or the symbol we see on the I believe it's E pluribus unum on the dollar bill. I can't remember what the actual, either way, it's a pyramid with the eye on it. So again, utilize the Arclords of Nex as those magic, those those practitioners and those knowledgeable in magic. Obviously, there are many other factions or many other things you do, but again, it's out there. So yeah, so like I said, go ahead and use that. So with that, guys, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're already subscribed, please use that cardinal beak to ping that bell to make sure you stay up to date with all the latest and greatest from the channel. Thanks for sticking around to the end. This was, again, a lot shorter video, and I kind of liked it. It's nice having, you have your long videos and short videos. So anyway, be sure to also look for us on podcasts. We're on Amazon, we're on Google, we're on Podbean. So be on the lookout. Again, just search Cardinal Adventures. You'll be sure to find us. And thanks for sticking around, and see you in the next video.